It is Monday, the 9th of August, 2021. Thank you for joining us on Network Media Hub at 1. I am your host, Priska Anyolo, and today we'll be sharing a video insert from Windhoek and Swakopmund. In our COVID-19 slot, we will also share quarantine data for the regions. These numbers, like that for new cases, has also started decreasing noticeably. In news just in, Ceres Capital this morning published data for the tourism industry, which shows the impact of the pandemic. According to Ceres, the industry's contribution to the gross domestic product contracted with an estimated $1 billion, shaving 1.5% off the overall GDP. Subscribers can read more on Ceres's webpage. Do stay tuned for our first video insert for today, right after the break. For our first story, 4 new dogs destined to be trained for the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism's K9 unit arrived at Hosiakutako Airport on Sunday. Kaga, Devil, Vanda and Britta were flown in from the Netherlands. Old Mutual procured 3 of the dogs, and the 4th is sponsored by the Fish and Wildlife Service of the USA. Claudia Reiter was there.
I'm not allowed to mention your name on the floor. Vanda. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marisa Fredericks, Manager of Communications and Social Responsibility at Old Mutual. We are certainly very excited to be here this morning, and I would like to recognize the presence of Mr. Kolga. Yeah, Kolga is correct. And also of Mani LaRue, the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism. For Old Mutual, this is a momentous occasion. In one way, because the dogs arrived with the long-awaited AstraZeneca doses this morning, and as you are aware, they were sponsored by the Dutch government, and these 4 dogs that they are receiving here this morning were also trained and prepared by the Dutch. So we are really excited about what's happening at Hosiakutako International Airport this morning. Old Mutual's contribution and investment towards 3 of the dogs that you saw here today comes
And for our second video for today, Dis-Chem Swakopmund assisted the Health Ministry in the fight against the COVID-19 with various donations. Irene Marie van der Valt was at the handover.
The support, especially for the humidifiers, which is very, very important. The mask, even for the kit, the sanitizers, and the stand. This will go a long way in the fight to prevent the spread of COVID-19 infections in the Rongo region. So we really appreciate as a region, and then we receive this with open heart and also with all the gratitude. And we want to see this as the first step for a long-term relationship that will continue to support each other and to be able to help the community of Irongo. Thank you so much on behalf. So I don't know how we'll receive it, maybe I'll just...
If you're feeling how I'm feeling and you know I won't stop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. If I got it and you want it and you'll never let it drop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. I will ride for you, baby, even die for you. When I'm loving you, but my heart don't stop.
And we're back with your daily COVID-19 update after that short break. Monday's COVID-19 monitor shares a snapshot of numbers for Namibia as it stands. Over the 7 days up to Friday, about 1,500 new tests were processed on a daily basis compared to close to 2,500 tests per day the week before. Another 1,758 positive cases were confirmed, taking the country's cumulative total to more than 121,000. Measured over 7 days, an average of 251 new cases are reported daily. Namibia's overall recovery rate, stated as 82%, continues to be very low due to the overstating of active cases in the capital city of Windhoek. On average, Windhoek, however, currently reports only 30 cases per day. Over the last 7 days, deaths increased with 134, almost half of the 246 new fatalities reported the week before. Close to 70%, or more than 2,200 of all deaths occurred during June and July. Today's second slide shows that the number of people housed in official quarantine facilities has also started to decrease significantly. This total on Friday stood at 2,300, with 792 entries and almost 1,800 exits reported over the last 7 days. Irongo, with 631 people in quarantine, had the largest group of people remaining under supervision, followed by 417 on the Oshikoto region. Omusati, Kunene, Zambezi, Omaheke, and Karas all still had more than 100 individuals under quarantine, but only double or single digits totals in the Kavango regions, Khomas, and Hardap. New stock of the AstraZeneca vaccine were already available in the Khomas region this morning, with the rollout to all other regions expected to be completed by tomorrow. These vaccines have been reserved for second doses only. Up next is another visit to the marketplace, followed by your daily doses of front page news from Namibia's print media. On to our front page news. According to the Namibian, the municipality of Oshakati is demanding the return of close to 700 residential urban not serviced and developed by companies awarded such contracts since 2014. It is unclear whether such repossessions will be challenged in court. The Sun leads with media mogul Ernest Anjovi's defense that he was not at fault for the failure to host the Kora All Africa Music Awards in Namibia in 2016. He argues in court documents that the Namibian government and involved parastatals are solely responsible for its loss of almost 24 million Namibian dollars in this failed venture to promote tourism. Republican, like today's New Era and Allgemeine Zeitung, leads with the devastating veldfires in the Dordrecht district, which caused extensive damage on a total of 19 farms. One life was also lost in this natural disaster. Yet another 2 dairy producers, according to the Afrikaans Daily, also called it quits in the country's hard-hit milk industry. New Era calculates that 10,000 people will have to be vaccinated against COVID-19 each day if the country wants to meet the target to protect 60% of its population with at least a first jab by the end of the year. Government has, however, already shifted this deadline to the end of March 2022. Even then, more than 5,000 people will still have to be vaccinated each day. In its second lead, the German Zeitung reports on the decision by the Oldhaver and List Group to cut salaries of staff at its dairy farm at Marienthal with 20% in order to ensure the survival of this business. Do stay tuned for news from the daily newspapers' inside pages right after the break. Jumping into the inside pages. Today's edition of Market Watch leads with the analysis that Zambia's lack of economic performance and rampant financial mismanagement will be a deciding factor when people in this southern African country goes to the polls this week. Sport Wrap leads with the excellent 11th place achieved by veteran runner Helalia Johannes in the women's marathon at the Tokyo Olympic Games. According to Republican, the arrival of 75,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccine donated by the Netherlands comes in the wake of a week which saw an even lower turnout for first vaccinations against COVID-19 than the 2 weeks before. New Era reports that 3 villages in the Zambezi region have had to do without potable water for 3 months, simply because there is no money to repair a broken water tank. The villages of Muyako, Queensland, and Choi have a total population of about 3,000 residents. A scientist at the University of Namibia, according to The Sun, last week informed a virtual conference on agriculture and food security that average temperatures in Namibia will continue to increase twice or even 4 times the estimates predicted globally. According to the Namibian, the bulk of 1.1 million Namibian dollars stolen at a bank in Arandes about 3 months ago were allegedly meant as payment to a witch doctor who promised to cure one of the accused of bad luck. The accused is denying any involvement in the theft, while the doctor apparently does not exist. The German Daily's photo lead on page 3 reports on the 4 new sniffer dogs shown in our first video insert in today's show. And with that, we've come full circle on the sunny Monday in August. Thank you for spending part of your lunch hour in the company of NMH at 1. Do join us tomorrow at the same time, same place. But for now, it's a wrap from me, Priska Agnolo.